The silent danger: 5 common exercises that cause foot numbness in seniors as we age. Preserving our mobility, balance, and nerve health becomes more important than ever. For seniors in their 60s, 70s, and beyond, staying active seems like the right path to longevity and independence. But what if some of the exercises we've trusted for years are quietly harming us? What if those routine stretches or low-impact workouts are contributing to a troubling and often overlooked symptom: foot numbness? Foot numbness in seniors is not just an inconvenience. It's a warning sign from the body that nerves may be compressed, circulation may be compromised, or spinal alignment may be at risk. Left unaddressed, this numbness can lead to loss of balance, dangerous falls, and even long-term nerve damage. Understanding which exercises might silently contribute to this problem is the first step in protecting your health and mobility. Stationary bicycles: the hidden risk behind the comfort. Many seniors turn to stationary bicycles for low-impact cardiovascular exercise. Recumbent bikes, with their supportive backrests and comfortable seats, seem especially appealing for aging joints. The smooth pedaling motion feels safe, gentle, and manageable, making it a preferred choice in physical therapy centers and senior gyms. But the comfort of these machines masks a hidden danger. Extended use of stationary bikes, particularly in the recumbent position, can place prolonged pressure on the sciatic nerve, which runs from the lower back through the hips and down each leg. This compression can trigger the familiar tingling, burning, or numbness in the feet and toes. Reduced circulation is another issue. Sitting for long periods on these bikes can decrease blood flow to the lower extremities, especially in seniors with existing conditions like diabetes, peripheral artery disease, or spinal stenosis. When blood flow diminishes, nerve tissues are deprived of oxygen and nutrients, worsening numbness and potentially leading to nerve deterioration. The danger grows when numbness leads to impaired sensation, making it difficult to feel the floor beneath you. This affects balance and increases the risk of tripping, stumbling, or missing steps, accidents that could lead to fractures or hospital stays. For many, what starts as a harmless daily bike routine turns into months of physical therapy after a preventable fall. Forward bends and toe touches: a stretch that silently compresses nerves. Flexibility exercises like forward bends and toe touches have been part of standard fitness advice for decades. Many seniors perform these stretches first thing in the morning, believing they're helping loosen tight hamstrings and hips. Yet, what feels like a harmless daily stretch can quietly compress sensitive nerves in the lower spine. As we age, the intervertebral discs in the lumbar spine lose hydration and flexibility, making them more vulnerable to compression injuries. When you bend forward deeply, especially with sudden or bouncing motions, you increase pressure on the lumbar discs and the nerves exiting the lower back. This compression often affects the sciatic nerve roots, which control sensation in the lower legs and feet. Nerve compression from forward bends doesn't always announce itself with sharp back pain. Instead, the warning signs may be subtle: a strange tingling in the toes, an unexplained numbness in the soles of the feet, or a sensation like walking on cotton. Over time, repeated spinal flexion from daily toe touches can create or worsen lumbar disc herniations, nerve root irritation, and chronic nerve inflammation. Seniors who develop foot numbness from these stretches may also notice muscle weakness or coordination difficulties in their legs. High-impact step aerobics: joint stress with every step. Step aerobics gained popularity decades ago as an effective way to raise heart rate and burn calories. For seniors looking to stay fit, some still participate in modified versions of these workouts at community centers or home gyms. Unfortunately, the repeated impact and jumping motions inherent to step aerobics can place enormous strain on knee joints, ankles, and more critically, on the spine and nerve pathways that control the legs and feet. Every time the heel strikes the elevated platform, a shockwave travels up the kinetic chain, from the foot through the knee and hip to the lower back. For older adults with spinal degeneration, spinal stenosis, or herniated discs, this repetitive impact jars already compromised nerve roots. The result is a slow and progressive onset of foot numbness, tingling, or burning sensations during or after workouts. Seniors with reduced bone density, osteoporosis, or joint arthritis may also face compounded risks. The combination of weakened bones, stiff joints, and nerve compression makes high-impact step routines one of the more dangerous hidden contributors to lower limb numbness. Prolonged treadmill walking with incline, a trap for the calf muscles and nerves. Walking is often touted as the best exercise for seniors, and under most circumstances, it remains one of the safest choices. However, extended treadmill walking on a steep incline introduces a risk that few consider. Incline walking increases dorsiflexion, the upward bending of the foot at the ankle. While this challenges the calf muscles, it also puts sustained tension on the tibial nerve and the peroneal nerve, which run through the lower leg and control sensation and motor function in the foot. When combined with poor walking form, unsupportive shoes, or existing nerve conditions like peripheral neuropathy, incline walking on a treadmill can quickly turn from a health habit into a nerve stressor. Symptoms often appear as numbness across the top of the foot, tingling along the outer shin, or a pins and needles sensation along the sole. In seniors with spinal involvement, incline walking can also worsen lumbar nerve compression, especially in individuals with degenerative disc disease. If foot numbness begins to appear during or after treadmill sessions, it's a clear sign to reassess the intensity and incline level of the workout. Deep squats and heavy leg presses, compression from below strength training, remains essential for preventing muscle loss and improving bone density in older adults. However, certain lower body exercises, like deep squats and heavy leg presses, place the lumbar spine, sciatic nerve, and lower extremity nerves under significant pressure. Deep squatting positions compress the sciatic nerve pathway, particularly if form and alignment are compromised. For seniors with hip arthritis, spinal narrowing, or piriformis syndrome, these exercises become a breeding ground for nerve irritation. The leg press machine, while providing back support, encourages pushing against heavy resistance with the legs in a flexed position. This action often compresses the lumbar discs and exacerbates nerve root irritation, especially at L4, L5, and L5S1, the most common locations for nerve compression affecting the feet. Seniors experiencing tingling, numbness, or weakness in the lower legs after these exercises may unknowingly be compressing their nerves with each session. Over time, repetitive compression without adjustment or rest can lead to chronic nerve damage, reduced mobility, and long-term balance difficulties. Listening to the body's early warnings. Foot numbness in seniors is more than a minor irritation. It is often the body's earliest signal that nerves are under threat. Ignoring these signs can lead to more serious complications, including chronic pain, muscle atrophy, and increased fall risk. By understanding which exercises silently contribute to nerve compression and reduced circulation, seniors can make informed choices about their fitness routines. Safe alternatives exist for each of these problematic activities, designed to protect nerve health while still supporting strength, balance, and cardiovascular fitness. The hidden impact of high-impact aerobics and jumping jacks. In the prime of life, many of us found joy in high-energy movements. Jumping jacks, step aerobics, and other lively routines filled with music and fast-paced motion were once celebrated as signs of vitality and youth. The promise was simple: keep moving to stay young. From television fitness shows to group classes filled with laughter and determination, we danced, jumped, and pushed our bodies with the best of intentions. But as the years have passed, the story has changed. What once felt like an energizing workout now quietly tests the limits of aging joints, compressed nerves, and thinning fat pads under the feet. The truth is, high-impact aerobics and jumping jacks are no longer the universally safe choices they once seemed. Each jump sends a shockwave up through the soles of the feet, rattling knees, hips, and most concerning of all, the delicate vertebrae of the lower back. For seniors already experiencing neuropathy, poor circulation, or reduced cushioning in the feet, these repeated impacts become more than just temporary discomfort. They become a slow, accumulating trauma to the sensory nerves responsible for balance and coordination. The ease with which this harm goes unnoticed is especially alarming. Early warning signs like foot tingling or occasional numbness are often brushed aside, chalked up to age or poor circulation. Few realize that these subtle signals are their body's way of whispering, "Please stop. This is not safe anymore." Worse still, many seniors continue these routines out of discipline and hope, believing that pushing through discomfort is a sign of strength. One woman I knew in her late 70s remained fiercely committed to her group aerobics class, attending 3 times a week. For months, she felt occasional numbness in her toes, but she dismissed it, unwilling to slow down. The numbness grew worse, eventually affecting her balance. One misstep led to a fall, a fractured hip, and a long rehabilitation journey that could have been avoided. The risk lies not in a single session, but in the cumulative effect of thousands of tiny impacts, each one a silent contributor to worsening numbness and nerve damage. Seniors who struggle with numb feet need to rethink their approach to fitness. Movement remains vital, but now the focus should shift from intensity to stability, control, and nerve protection. The surprising risk of tree pose and warrior pose, yoga's hidden challenge for aging nerves. Yoga, with its graceful poses and calming breathwork, has long been praised for its healing potential. Many seniors turn to yoga in search of balance, flexibility, and mental clarity. For older adults longing for gentle exercise, yoga seems like the ideal practice, slow, controlled, and mindful. However, not all yoga poses are suitable for aging bodies, especially those with existing nerve sensitivity or foot numbness. Poses like tree pose, warrior pose, and other prolonged single-leg stances, while elegant, can quietly become hazardous. Balancing on one foot for extended periods places considerable pressure on the small, already vulnerable nerves in the feet and ankles. For seniors with neuropathy, arthritis, or vascular issues, this type of static load limits oxygen delivery to nerve tissues and triggers further nerve compression. Over time, what begins as mild tingling can escalate to full numbness, spreading from the toes up through the arch and heel. Even seniors without previous nerve issues may find themselves at risk when holding these poses for too long. The nervous system, like every other part of the aging body, becomes less forgiving. Prolonged strain on one foot reduces blood flow and taxes nerve endurance. For individuals in their 60s and 70s, this isn't just about momentary discomfort. It's about risking a decline in sensation and balance that could affect daily walking and stability long after the yoga session ends. I recall a retired firefighter in his early 70s who embraced yoga with dedication. Determined to regain fitness, he became proficient in poses like tree and warrior. At first he felt stronger and more confident, but over time, he noticed a creeping numbness in his right foot. Brushing it aside as temporary, he continued his practice. Weeks later, he missed the edge of a sidewalk curb. That one misstep led to a fractured hip and months of painful rehabilitation. His story is not uncommon. The gradual loss of sensation in the feet makes it difficult to detect terrain changes, feel the ground underfoot, or adjust balance when stumbling. For seniors, the ground becomes an unpredictable surface, increasing the risk of falls. This does not mean yoga should be abandoned. Instead, it calls for thoughtful modification. Balance exercises can and should be tailored to senior bodies, focusing on shorter hold times, more support, and dual-leg stances that protect circulation and nerve health. The goal is not to stand the tallest or longest, but to stand safely and preserve what matters most: mobility and independence. A call to protect your foundation, listening to your feet. By this stage, it's clear that not every exercise that worked for you in the past is still serving you well today. Numbness in the feet isn't just a nuisance, it's an urgent communication from your nervous system. Ignoring it can lead to life-altering injuries and long-term loss of mobility. The exercises we've trusted, step aerobics, jumping jacks, deep toe touches, long balance poses, they all served a purpose once. But now your body has different needs. Your back, your feet, and your nerves require gentler care and smarter movement choices. With awareness and adjustment, it's possible to stay active while reducing risk. Walking. The hidden danger in every step without proper support. Of all the exercises we embrace in later life, walking seems like the safest and most intuitive choice. Doctors recommend it, wellness articles celebrate it, and many of us make it part of our daily routine. There's a comforting simplicity in lacing up our shoes and heading outside, believing each step is a step toward better heart health, stronger joints, and clearer thoughts. Yet, even this most natural of movements holds hidden risks, especially for seniors with sensitive nerves, circulation problems, or declining foot structure. As we age, the physical landscape of our feet changes in ways we often fail to notice. Arches may collapse. Fat pads that once cushioned each stride begin to thin. The tiny nerves that control sensation in the soles and toes grow more vulnerable. For many seniors, these changes quietly set the stage for foot numbness. Walking long distances on unforgiving surfaces like concrete sidewalks, asphalt, or tile floors, especially while wearing ill-fitting or unsupportive shoes, places chronic stress on the tibial, plantar, and peroneal nerves. Shoes that lack proper arch support, cushioning, or a wide enough toe box can compress nerves with every step, especially when the miles start to add up. The effects may start small, a tingling sensation after a long walk, a slight numbness in the toes, or an odd feeling of walking on cotton. Over time, this can escalate to permanent numbness, reduced proprioception, your body's ability to sense its position in space, and an increased risk of falls. I remember a neighbor, a kind and active gentleman in his early 80s, who joined me for morning walks every day. He wore the same well-worn sneakers for years, believing their comfort came from being perfectly broken in. But what he didn't realize was that those shoes had lost their support structure long ago. Slowly he began experiencing numbness in his feet. One morning, without noticing, he stepped on a small stone that lodged in his shoe. Unaware of the developing blister, he walked several miles before feeling any discomfort. By the time he sought medical care, a minor sore had become a serious infection. It wasn't the walk that harmed him, it was the lack of foot protection and nerve awareness that turned a simple stroll into a dangerous event. When foot numbness sets in, the body loses more than just sensation. It loses awareness of each step, each slope, each change in ground texture. And with that loss comes risk of stumbling over curbs, slipping on wet pavement, or missing the feel of a step beneath you. Before heading out tomorrow, pause and ask yourself, are my shoes helping me, or are they quietly harming me? The answer could make the difference between continued independence and unexpected injury. Safe alternatives, gentle movements that protect nerves and preserve mobility. After learning about these hidden dangers in popular exercises, stationary biking, deep forward bends, high-impact aerobics, long treadmill inclines, and even unprotected walking, it's natural to feel uncertain. You may wonder, if these activities carry risks, what can I safely do to maintain my strength, flexibility, and balance? The answer isn't to stop moving altogether, it's to start moving wisely, with care and understanding for the body you've spent decades building. This stage of life isn't about pushing limits to prove endurance, it's about protecting your nerves, nourishing your joints, and choosing activities that offer support rather than strain. Chair yoga is a wonderful place to begin. This gentle form of yoga allows you to stretch, breathe deeply, and improve circulation, all while remaining safely seated. By avoiding full weight-bearing poses on the feet, you relieve stress on sensitive nerves and reduce the risk of compression injuries in the lower back. Water-based exercise, like swimming or water aerobics, offers another excellent option. The buoyancy of water supports body weight, reducing joint strain and improving circulation to the lower extremities. The resistance of water also strengthens muscles without the impact that leads to nerve irritation. For seniors with joint pain, arthritis, or peripheral neuropathy, the pool provides a low-risk environment for movement. For those who still enjoy walking, shorter, well-supported walks on soft, even surfaces can remain part of a healthy routine. The key lies in choosing footwear designed specifically for aging feet, shoes with proper arch support, cushioning, and a wide toe box. Specialized orthopedic shoes or inserts can further protect nerve health and reduce foot fatigue. Another valuable practice is Tai Chi, a slow, graceful form of exercise that enhances balance, coordination, and inner calm without pounding on joints or overstressing the nervous system. Studies show that seniors who engage in Tai Chi improve their postural stability and reduce fall risk, even if they previously struggled with balance or lower limb sensation. Above all, the most important exercise advice for seniors with foot numbness is this: listen to your body. Numbness, tingling, burning sensations, or sudden balance issues are not signs to ignore. They are your body's gentle but urgent request for change. Consulting with a physical therapist who specializes in senior care can provide personalized movement plans tailored to your body's current needs and goals. Staying active in your later years is not about doing more. It's about doing what is right, sustainable, and kind to your nervous system. With awareness, adaptation, and self-care, you can continue to move with safety, confidence, and vitality for many years to come. A senior's last words, a heartfelt message about aging, movement, and listening to your body. With each passing year, life reveals lessons that no textbook, doctor, or fitness guru could ever teach. The most profound wisdom often arrives not through dramatic moments, but through the quiet signals of the body, whispering truths we too often ignore.